Hey, what's happening? Tim with Nomad Trading. Merry Christmas from Tim
Noah, Maddie.
at Nomad Trading. We just wanted to say thank you so much for the support and everything you guys do, hitting the subscribe button, the like button, commenting down below, all those things that help the YouTube algorithm push my videos out to more people, which ultimately gets them seen by more people, gets more views, makes more money, which is awesome, helps more new traders out. So thank you guys so much for that. We appreciate that going into the holiday season, and we just wanted to say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I'm going to show you the trade that I took today. Are you staying? Or are you going? You want to stay? You can stay here while I do my little quick update. So today I took the only trade I took was a short on OCGN. As you can see, the previous day was a nice big green candle down here on the daily, and then we had today, it was a red candle. So it was kind of gapping down. That's what we like to see for a short. So kind of fading. I took a trade, 500 shares. Let's see, where was it? Right here where it failed to, it bounced off VWAP, broke up, but then could not break through the 50, and it kind of had this area consolidation. So I went short there, risking off that level, and if it would have convincingly broke the 50, then I would have covered. But it did not. It dropped nicely, and I ended up covering at 180. So on this little bounce right here, I was a little bit worried it might come back higher. So I went ahead and covered on this bounce. So I got in at 234 and covered at 180 on a short position. 500 shares. So I made, let me see, let me pull this over here. So yeah, so $267.50 was the P&L today. So okay, so a couple other stocks that ran today. RMG was one. This thing was straight beast mode. A little bit higher priced. I've seen the last couple days especially, there's been some higher price stocks that have been running like crazy. So like RMG, this was a beautiful bull pennant, as we saw here. It's a little confusing looking at this, by the way, because of the half day, the time frames. Like if you look at this line, this is supposed to be the divider of the day, but in reality, back here is where pre-market started, and then this is where the market opened and where it closed. So it's a little bit confusing on this with the half day on the chart. Anyway, so doesn't really matter though. We're just looking at patterns and what was moving. So yesterday, this kind of made this nice, beautiful pennant here. If E-Trade will actually let me draw it here, you got your beautiful. The point we're trying to get at here is we got our pull. We got a nice move up. Then we got tightening consolidation, kind of coming to a triangle shape or a pennant shape. It gets tighter and tighter, and then as it breaks out, that's where you go long. And if you're really lucky, then it never comes down below that level. It just keeps going up, which in this case, if we switch over to our crosshair, we can see that it never did come down and get to that where the consolidation breakout was. So that's a good thing. If you were holding long, it would have been a little bit easier to hold along. However, you would have been holding it overnight, because right here, this little jump right here, this gap up, that's where this is where after hours ended yesterday and where pre-market began today. So, well, on E-Trade anyway, this is where pre-market began today. Anyway, so would have had to hold it overnight, which I'm not very fond of, but still. And then you have again a little bit of a this would not be as much of a bull pennant, but you do get that same type of move here where it kind of consolidates down. I don't know why this thing won't let me ever draw my arrows. kind of draw your trend line there as it breaks that trend line at open. A good spot to go long. And then we had the same thing again. You got kind of your pull. This would be considered more of a bullish flag than a pennant, because it's not really coming to a point out here, consolidating out to a point like a flag or a pennant. Sorry, excuse me, like a pennant. It's more of a flag where you get this downward motion. You can just Google these things, by the way, guys. You can Google bull flag, bull pennant, things like that. You'll see the flags, the pennants, bullish and bearish patterns, the cup and handle, all these different patterns. So you just kind of study those, let Google kind of show you the way, exactly the formation you're looking for, and then start watching for those things on the charts every day on different time frames until you start seeing them. That's what it really all comes down to. When you start seeing them and identifying them, then you can start predicting what's going to happen next, and then you can gain a little bit of confidence. That's where I'm at. I'm not a trading master or guru or any of that nonsense. Just a guy who's starting to figure it out. So as you can see, I made $267 today, and that account's only got a few $1,000s in it. So percentage-wise, pretty good day. If you can make 10% or 8% or whatever on your money in a day, that's a pretty good day. If you can keep doing that over time, then the account grows. Anyway, so we got like our little patterns kind of forming here, a little bit of flag, it breaks out, and then it breaks VWAP, and again, it goes gangbusters right here. Now, these kind of moves are hard to predict, like down here, but you could predict it when it breaks VWAP. When you see it that it's kind of broken out, it's starting to turn up and curl, and then it's breaking VWAP. Okay, that's a fairly high odds setup when you get a stock that's up big and over the course of a few days, and it's holding its gains fairly well, and then it curls up and then breaks through VWAP. That's a good sign. So good spot to go long, and then you just risk off of, just put your stop below VWAP. So if it breaks back down and does not hold above VWAP, then you're stopped out. No big deal, not a big risk, and then look at all this potential reward. Personally, I would not have held that whole time. I just never have the patience to do so unless I use a trailing stop, which I'm trying to master. Trying to get better at that, so that way I can let these winners ride longer. But anyway, I would have been taking part of it off at high of day and then kind of seeing how it reacted, and maybe selling in here, but I would have never got all the way to the top. A little bit higher price stock, but anyway, I thought it was one that was worth checking out just because it has several different setups here, where you kind of got the bull pennant, you kind of got a bit of just a wedge here, not as much of a bull pennant because your flag pole's here. You don't have as much of a flag pole here, and it comes down a lot more than I would like in this area. But again, same kind of concept. You're still getting somewhat of a consolidation, and then as it breaks out past that, especially at open, you can see the volume down here. At open, market open, you get that volume coming in, and you're breaking out of the consolidation, you're breaking through VWAP area, and it's a good spot to go long. So that would have worked out great. This one here, a little bit more difficult to predict, not as good of a pattern here. I would almost, you could say this maybe as a bull flag if you drew your pull here and then your flag here, but it comes down a little farther than you would like to see on a bull flag. So definitely not picture perfect. You can almost say, let me get these off of here, and I'm just trying to talk about some different things that I see. You guys can comment and let me know what you see. If you see something different, let me know. Becoming a profitable trader is really about recognizing your patterns on a daily basis and taking advantage of that edge. That's all it's about. So when you watch Ross or any of the Tim Sykes, dip buyer, he's all about buying dips. He's a dip buyer. He's looking for the big washout in the morning when there's volume, and then buying that dip. That's his bread and butter. That's what he does all the time. Tim Grittani, primarily short seller. Roland Wolf is, I don't know what he does now, but he kind of made his name looking for first big green day overnight holds, like I talk about in one of my other videos about overnight holds. Ross is a scalper who scalps first green candle to first 5 minute candle to make a new high, first 1 minute candle to make a new minute high, new 1 minute high, whatever his terminology is. But anyway, he's looking for basically the same thing that I'm talking about here. He's looking for the first candle to make a new high whenever it's, if you're getting that move down. I'm just drawing this here, but if you're getting that move down, he's looking for that first candle to make a new high that breaks that trend line, makes a new high. That's where he goes long. I'm not saying he would go long in this situation. I'm just saying that's what he's pretty much looking for. The same things every day. Successful traders that make a lot of money just do the same things all the time. It gets a little bit boring probably when you master it. I don't know because I haven't done so yet, but if you have, I imagine it gets a little bit boring because you start seeing the same things over and over and over and trading the same patterns, and there's no reason to change that. And that's pretty much what I'm trying to master. I'm trying to master these bull flags, bull pennants, flat top breakouts, pretty much the same things that Ross does. And then I'm also adding in some on the short side like I did today over in that CMEG account. So trying to dabble in both those things. I just want a couple of long patterns, and then I want to have a couple of short patterns and master just those few patterns. Do them every single day, scale up bigger and bigger, and in theory become a multimillionaire and drive a Lamborghini and post pictures of it on Instagram. That's my goal. Maybe by next Christmas I'll be making a video on Christmas Eve with my Lamborghini. Goals, right? Maybe I'll go back and watch this video a year from now and be like, dang, I never thought I'd actually achieve that. That was a joke. And here I am in my Lamborghini, right? Or maybe just Santa will bring me a Lamborghini. You never know. Probably bring me a toy Lamborghini, like a Matchbox. Let's see what else we had here. So this is another good example of, like I said, beating the pattern to death. I know, but if we look at this, boom, you got your flagpole, and then what do you have? Consolidation. Nice pennant. Look at that, and then boom. And this is on the daily chart. So I talked about how it happens on different time frames. So this is a good example of it happening on the daily chart. You got a nice daily bull pennant happening right here. Bottom line is, when you see a stock that's up big and then it starts consolidating tighter and tighter, then you're watching for the break of that upper trend line. When you get a nice breakout and confirmation of that, you go long. It's really not rocket science. It's just a matter of doing, spending enough time in that seat to where you start recognizing the patterns as they're happening. It's not easy. It's very difficult. That's why 90% of traders fail, but it can be done. A little bit of practice, some seat time, it can be done. So, what else we got? I think that's about all I got for today. And I need to get out of here and go spend time with the family. We got to watch Christmas movies and get cookies out for Santa. Lots of fun stuff to do with the kiddos tonight on Christmas Eve. So wanted to pop on here real quick just because I wanted to thank you guys so much for the support. It really means a lot. The money that I've made from YouTube alone would cover my children's Christmas presents, and it's just a big blessing. So thank you guys so much for that. It makes it worthwhile, not just because of the money, but whenever I see you guys in the live chats with me conversing back and forth and talking about trading, it's such a cool thing to be like attempting to help people with their trading that are in the spot that I was at a couple years ago, and then I'm helping them get to the spot that I'm at now, and hopefully I can progress as well, and we'll just keep helping each other out. And it's pretty cool to be in those chat rooms and be able to talk back and forth with other traders and people that found me through my YouTube channel, through my platform. It's just such a blessing, and it's a really cool experience. So thank you guys for that and for sharing that with me and for supporting me, and not only in the comments and the likes and all that stuff, but also watching my videos so that I get views, and that also helps support me financially and those two beautiful kids that you saw in my video. So thank you guys so much for that. God bless you. Merry Christmas. Have a great Christmas tomorrow. Peace. If you made it this far, first of all, I just want to say I love you. You must have liked the video, so make sure you give me that thumbs up, subscribe, notifications on, of course, and then click on one of my videos to the side. If the YouTube algorithm is doing its job, there should be one over there. If not, just go to my page and check it out. Thanks for watching. Peace.